Alrighty, packed up, left the hotel. Mark and Lauren are heading down to get some breakfast and they're coming over a bit later today to train. So yeah, I'm heading over from Clearwater to the immigration location where the interview is. And once I get there, I'm just going to check that I've got all my documents. I think I need to print out one more, so hopefully I can get that done. And I just feel sick, honestly. Like when you put yourself through so much physically and mentally, anyone that's done prep, you know how like the psychological game that you play with yourself as you kind of go through the process, and especially like the conditioning that I've had to get into for this particular show. I'm definitely more conditioned, lower body fat percentage than last time I competed in November. Just that tiny little bit extra has really just been an almighty effort to get there. So I just don't want this to be all for nothing, but you know what, at the end of the day, even if I don't get to go, there's going to be other shows. It's not a wasted opportunity. I think we can learn from all of the experiences that life throws at us. You can view them as a negative, or you can somehow turn them into a positive. So yeah, definitely not a wasted experience if I don't get this permit today. So let's see how we do.
Alright, so we have not had a chance to vlog today because we've had a little bit of a frustrating day, haven't we? So we got off the plane in Bahamas, we got here, so go team, and they lost my fucking luggage. So that was the first part. They don't know where it is. Somehow they got one piece.
They actually don't know where it is.
But somehow on a direct flight that's less than 2 hours that we checked in for 2 hours before the fucking flight, they don't know where the luggage is.
Who's the airline?
Silver Airways. Good job, guys. Great job. Nice. And then I've been trying to get a hold of customer support and nobody's called me back, so that's wonderful.
Really?
Then we got to the hotel. We're like, all right, we'll relax. Holly's going to go get some food with Lauren, and then we'll cook some stuff and you'll go do cardio.
Yeah.
And then the real shit show began. Where do we start? So first off, I'm working while they're out getting food.
No, they screwed up our room first.
They screwed up our room first. They put us in the wrong room. No big deal. They moved us to another room. That took about 20 minutes, whatever. They were very nice about it. Then, while Holly's out getting groceries, I'm working. I'm doing some stuff. And I hear this beep, beep, beep. And I deduce that the smoke detector is not going off, but that the batteries are low. It sounds like it's like a low beep. Very annoying, but I call down to the guest services. And they're like, oh, well, we'll call security, or whoever it was. 2 hours later, after 5 phone calls, I have to physically go downstairs and talk to someone. Then they disappear at the concierge desk. They didn't help me. Finally, I asked somebody, I say, who is the person who runs this hotel? This is the Grand Hyatt Bahamas, I think?
Yeah.
Who runs this hotel? So finally I speak to the manager, Michelle, who actually comes up to the room and actually helps us. So thank you to Michelle. Yeah. She was actually great. Everyone else under her, you guys suck. So finally, what I had deduced 2 hours earlier, that the thing was low on battery, they send the engineers up and they deduce, yeah, it's low on batteries. No, but then they don't actually know how to fucking change it. Apparently the person who knows how to change the battery on the fire alarm isn't on call till 11 p.m. at night.
Which would be now.
So, meanwhile, Holly's gone to the grocery store, gets back, she's got a lot of groceries.
Hold on.
You tell the story.
So, nowhere here accepts card. So,
the story before the story. This could be a while. Grab a Snickers.
we have things called debit cards, and they pay for things. And here they're like, oh no, we don't use any debit cards. So Lauren and I.
You couldn't even pay with a credit card?
No, you couldn't pay with anything in this to do with the hotel or to do with the taxis. So we're like trying to find a ATM in the hotel. Well, let me tell you, we checked like 3 different ATMs inside this hotel, none of which worked. It was probably like a 15-minute walk around the hotel.
By the way, this is supposed to be like a 5-star hotel.
None of the ATMs work. We finally found one, finally works. And meanwhile, we were like, oh God, I hope our taxi driver doesn't hate us, because we had to run away. So we get back 20 minutes later after finding one, and we are like, okay, we're going to go to the grocery store. Please take us here. We go through the grocery store. I'm thinking, gee, it's a bit shady. Found a few things. I got the last packet of chicken breasts.
That's because all the fitness bitches already been there.
In the entire grocery store. This is a hot, like, pox grocery store. And it's called Quality Grocer as well.
And then we find out.
Hold up. So my first meal, I go to start cooking. We get back to the room, and I'm like, great, I've got a kitchen. This is awesome. Not a single chopping knife, no cutting board, no can opener, no crockery, nothing. No
but wait, we didn't get the groceries for an hour.
Oh yeah.
Because the bell desk took an hour to bring the groceries to the fucking room. After I called 3 times, finally, I go down, because Holly's literally starving.
I hadn't eaten in like 7 hours, and you can't just eat anything on prep week because
Yeah.
sodium.
Yeah. So I go downstairs, get to the bottom of the elevator, and what is sitting in front of me at the bottom of the elevator but our groceries
Just
on
sitting
a
there.
baggage cart,
Unattended.
just sitting there doing nothing. So I'm like, hello? Fuck it. So I grab
Grabs
them,
them.
take them up to the room.
So yeah, all of our food's hot at this point. So finally,
Yeah.
as I was saying, yeah.
As she's cooking, she discovers this.
Yeah, so I'm cooking and I have nothing to make anything with. They've got like the pans, which is excellent. I'm like, I guess I'll just slice big holes in there, chopping in their bench.
Meanwhile, the fucking alarm is still beeping.
Yeah. So I think we called about 7 times, and I'd already basically finished cooking by the time someone brought a can opener up at 10:30. No shit, I started cooking at 7. It was 10:30. And what else?
Well, we had to switch rooms because they figured out they couldn't actually fix the fire alarm. They didn't know how to fix it. The engineers didn't know how to fix it.
I know, it's funny.
So
Made my meals.
my God, heaven forbid something like that actually needs engineering breaks at this fucking hotel.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
They can't change a fucking
They're
fire alarm battery.
Listening to the fridge.
Oh my God.
So I made my meals. It's 10 o'clock when I finally get to eat, because I had to like stab the can to get the tomatoes out of the can, and it was just everywhere, and I'm like just getting so angry. And
Meanwhile, she's made me a grilled cheese sandwich that wasn't grilled because that's all we had.
Yeah, there was, oh my God, no plate or anything either. And I was like, oh, I still have so many, I need to eat some more protein. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go for what I know. I grab out the yogurt, which I'd gotten from the store, which was $8.50 for Oikos, fat-free, plain yogurt.
But it had much more carbs in it than you used to.
I look at the label and it's 21 carbs, not my normal 7, and I'm like, fuck my life, I don't even have that many carbs left. So I'm like, okay, I'll go for the milk. I'm like, meanwhile, I'm like famished, and I go to grab one of my diet Mountain Dews in a 6-pack, and I take a photo and I send it to Lane. He's downstairs eating dinner. And I'm like,
half of them have been opened.
2 of them are opened, and the use by date is like 2 days away. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. Do I dare drink the ones that have not been? I'm famished. I'm like, I need a fucking drink. Excuse me. So I have my drink, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a bloody smoothie. So I go to grab my.
Meanwhile, the alarm is still beeping.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a smoothie. I packed some protein. I can't fuck that up. So I grabbed the unsweetened almond milk Lister. I just want to show you what I'm dealing with right now. Look at the price of this freaking thing. This is US dollars. That's about $20 Australian. No shit. So I go to open the lid, and I say to Lane, Let me just make sure it's sealed. Thank God it had its seal on and it's not out of date, which is great. So
we're going on 8 minutes on this video rant, so we better wrap it up.
oh my God, I just can't even. Oh, and then I was like, I need some fiber. I've had like 2 grams of fiber today. I go to make a salad, pull out my spinach, go to put the spinach in, and I'm like, just based on the diet Mountain Dew, just gonna check the date. 5 days old. Like it's the 2nd of August when the lettuce was due.
Oh, you want some good old salmonella before your show?
And I had salmonella poisoning last year because I ate a salad a week out. So fuck that. I threw that $8 bag of spinach out as well.
But on the plus side, we got a free night. They did comp us a night, so
I don't care whether they gave us a free night. I would have rather just stay home.
But
just done.
we are here.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get to compete, and you look in great shape. And tomorrow's a new day. So, fuck you,
my cardio.
Fuck you, Silver Airways. Fuck you, Grand Hyatt, Bahamas. Except Michelle because she's lovely.
Yeah, she was.
And
the grocery store, quality grocers. Fuck you.
Quality grocers. And you know what? But I think we front loaded all our stress, so hopefully the rest of the week's gonna go great.
No, I'm still waiting on my costume.
Oh yeah, the costume's not here yet. Okay. Well, that's supposed to be here tomorrow, but I'm sure they'll find a way to fuck that one up too.
FedEx.
Alright. I guess we will check in tomorrow and see how things are going, since this video is going on 10 minutes now.
Okay, so I thought I would just quickly show you our hotel room. I think it's kind of fun to see where we're staying. It's a really beautiful resort, despite the shenanigans that have been going on. So this is kind of our room. This is like when you first walk in. It's like a powder room. And then we got a room with a kitchen so I could do some cooking. You've obviously heard the dramas about that, but anywho, we have such a nice view. You can kind of see out to the pool area of the resort and out to the ocean out there. You can't really see it from here. It's not very clear. It's just lying, being cool.
Doing the social medias.
And this is our suite. We have another little balcony out here as well. Some beautiful chairs. Very cool. All my stuff. And then a nice big double bathroom. So we've each got our own vanity. So that is our hotel room. It's a bit messy. Lane is still to get his luggage. His luggage got lost by Silver. They didn't even know where it was for a little while, did they, Lane?
I've called the office in Tampa no less than 7 times. I've left 3 messages and no one has responded to me.
That's just nuts. Like, talk about service. They just completely lost a bag and don't want to call back to even let you know where it is. I've already been downstairs this morning and had breakfast. I just ordered an omelette with spinach, tomatoes, peppers, mushrooms and zucchini. I actually took my own bread down, which is this bread that has only 9 grams of carbohydrate per serve. I used their butter, but it was already in those portioned out sections. And then I had some extra sliced tomato and stuff like that. And I did eat some potatoes for some carbohydrate, which is good. So I tracked that in my tracker. This is my next kind of protein source, which is just a smoothie. So I packed a bunch of protein powder. I also packed some PB powder, and yeah, I'm just kind of making sure I keep an eye on my sodium. So that's the most important thing for me at this point, not to go crazy and eat something that I'm not familiar with. So yeah, smoothie time. Work. I'm so hungry. 1,200 calories sucks. Hello guys, so it is Thursday. 2 days until the big day. This morning has been pretty cruisy, I guess. Still very early start, so I had to get up at 6 o'clock this morning to be down at hair and makeup at 6:30 a.m. In preparations for the media day. So we had like a white event. So all the contestants were to meet down at the convention center at 10 o'clock in the morning. We kind of got to mingle again, and it was a great opportunity to meet some of the other competitors, which was actually a little bit daunting for me. I'm not naturally somebody that is an extrovert and likes to chat, but I am growing every day, and I feel like certainly over the last 5 years of my life, with all the travel that I've been doing and moving around, I've really had to make more of an effort to be a bit more of an outgoing personality. So it was so nice to meet all the girls. And then we did all of our photos. So they called us out in country, by division, and yeah, we had all our group photos. So that was really nice. Everyone looked amazing. All the dresses and the effort that goes into these events is just incredible. Like, wow, it blew my mind just how beautiful and well presented everybody is at these events. So I've come home, I did a little bit of work on social media, and then had to go down and get my last kind of the hardest session, I guess, for the next 2 days in. So I went down to the hotel gym and did a full body 45, actually it was more like an hour circuit, just taking all the weights right back down, like nothing to failure, which is kind of hard for me. I feel like I'm just in there fart-assing around, wasting my time, but it's necessary. I'm starting to eat some more carbohydrate today, so I want to make sure that that is moving through my muscle. It's not just kind of sitting there, so definitely important to kind of get a little bit of a pump. So I did that and a little bit of a walk, and I've come back up to the room. I've had some food, and then I'm heading to a photo shoot with Kai at York, who is incredible. He does a lot of very out there photo shoots, a lot of high fashion. He's like an artist, so this will be really cool. It's at like a secret location. He's got a luxury villa on the water. And it's going to be beautiful. So Lane is actually going to accompany me to this. I've just asked him last minute. Didn't give him any warning, so the poor guy's eating and moving and working at the same time.
Our cab's out front.
Yeah, so we're about to head to the cab now and head over to the location for the photo shoot. So let's do it.
I hate my schedules.
How's it been, like, traveling around with me while you're still trying to do life?
I think contest prep is a very selfish thing by nature, so I do understand that. The mood swings can be a little bit difficult to deal with. And then
I'm so feisty.
You're feisty. You also aren't the best communicator, so
I expect him to read my mind at all times.
Yeah, so that's not something I'm very good at. I'm apparently better than most men, but not very good in general. So yeah, like today was, I kind of had my day planned out. I was going to go train, and then I was going to go just get some work done, and maybe have a little bit of time by the pool. And our video guy wasn't able to come, so she's kind of like being a little pouty and like, oh, it'd be so nice to get footage from this. And I'm like, all right. So
and I hate asking. I don't like to inconvenience people. So they was like, oh, did you want me to come? And I was like, yeah.
Yes, but if I would have known that, I would have planned my day differently.
Well, so here's what we're going to do. So I think...
you just owe me.
Sorry. I think that it's really challenging. Like, when you own a business, it's tough because this is really important, but business doesn't stop. We still have clients. Like, I was up until 11:45 last night doing client updates, and I still didn't get them finished. So there are people that are relying on you. Our staff are relying on us. We have an Italian tour coming up in September, and Lane is way behind on putting some of the content for that together, and they needed it a month in advance to be able to like translate and get it all together. So
Yeah, they're gonna hate me.
Yeah, he's like behind on that, which, you know, I can see the stress levels accumulating.
I hate being behind on work. I hate it. It's probably one of my biggest pet hates because I'm not a lazy person. So, but I also understand like this footage and stuff is important to get. So, hope you guys appreciate it.
It's actually really tough. I do respect the film community. There are people that vlog for a profession, and I don't know how they do it. Like, great example, we had Zach, the flexible dieting lifestyle, come and stay with us
all the time,
constantly,
his whole life,
all day, every day. There's not 1 minute where something isn't being set up to be filmed or for the attention of being filmed. It's just
very tough.
A tough gig, you know. I'm someone that really enjoys being in the moment, and like when I'm with somebody, I want to connect with them. And when you're
who you with?
When you're on when you're on your phone and trying to vlog and document everything, I find it really challenging. From that perspective, I just don't feel like it's a very meaningful thing, and I like that. So yeah, I think these are all things that we grow and learn from. I mean, they're difficult at the time. They're definitely challenging times, but you can turn it into a positive. I think the more experiences like this we have, especially with traveling and trying to multitask, it only makes you better. And you learn from the mistakes that you make along the way. Hopefully you can, you know, piggyback off someone to learn from them and perhaps avoid the mistakes they made. So it's great to have a mentor in these situations. So if you are someone that's new to this, just you know, keep at it, keep going. Right, boss.
What she said. Hubba.
Except for my eyes. Photo shoot is all done. It was absolutely awesome. I felt really comfortable. This is something I'm naturally good at. I really have to exert myself to be comfortable and to be confident. And that's something that I'm growing and learning how to embrace as I've gotten older. I no longer worry. I don't worry about what people think. And I think that more people should embrace that mentality and kind of steer away of the judging and the negativity that something like this encompasses. I know what I do for a career. You know, I'm a scientist at heart. I'm an educator. I'm an academic. I'm a hard worker. I know what I stand for. And I think that, you know, coming out and doing something like this showcases the hard work that I've put in. You know, from an educational standpoint, I've had to learn to then apply it to the bodybuilding career that I have kind of thrown myself into. And yeah, this is capturing that at its absolute finest. And this is just so cool. So cool. Sodium, salt.
Yes. Good call. We can go grab you a Gatorade somewhere or something that's easy for sodium, that sort of thing, and carbs.
I don't know I've already got tons of rice cakes.
Okay.
Got my wings?
Fuck. Sorry. Look at these things. Fuck, this door's heavy. Are you able to get that? I'm legit thinking about putting these on just so I don't have to carry. Oh, just dropped Holly off backstage. She's ready to go. Got yelled at, of course, because it's only supposed to be them, but I'm not sure how they expect them to carry all that stuff by themselves. But hey, they're just doing their job. So I'm probably gonna chill out and watch the show. What's going on?
I'm just trying to be really excited to get up. To be honest, I'm feeling pretty crap.
What happened?
So I woke up this morning, was pretty good, looking flat, threw a lot of carbohydrates in from a food source that is a low FODMAP for me. It doesn't normally cause me any problems. I think I was a little flat on stage, just listening to feedback from Lane and kind of seeing some of the photos, and I agree. And straight after the show, I went and had a coffee, and I also had a little cookie from our hotel. And actually, I think my stomach started to feel gross as we were kind of drinking the coffee, and the lady had to remake it. I said to her, "Is this okay?" It tasted like sour. And then I saw her like pouring the milk down the sink, and I was like, oh my God, please don't tell me I just drank that. So I don't know if it's playing with my head, but I definitely don't feel great. So rather than sit around and complain, Lane and I went down to the gym. I actually did a 45-minute like pump up workout just to see if I would feel better from moving around, and it's a little bit better. But yeah, I just feel uncomfortable. So the last thing you want to do if you suffer from any kind of GI problem is be really like chirpy and fun and happy. So I'm gonna have to bring my A game when we go back downstairs, because we've got the red carpet event in about 5 minutes. We'll have to leave, and then straight after we are doing the gala, so we'll come back out in a beautiful white dresses, and then it's time for theme wear for the fitness models, the fitness divas. So it's going to be a long night. There's going to be a lot of amazing outfits and costumes and theme wear. So I'm really excited to see what all of the costumes look like. And then they'll do the finals and the announcements later this evening. So we'll get changed out of our theme wear back into our bikinis. So there's a lot of changing going to be happening this evening. So
A lot of titties popping out backstage.
oh, and there's no one to help you either. There's no backstage helpers allowed. So you're just in there rolling solo, and everyone is so busy. So you can't really ask for help, and I hate asking for help. So it's just stressful. And I'm not glamorous, and I don't do this all the time. So
I would come back to help.
Yeah, no, you got bullied out, but
I did.
I
did.
Why.
I told you I would.
It's a formality.
You have to leave, sir. Like,
You know, well, you're a gentleman. I guess it's the ladies.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the plan for tonight. I know I can do this. I've done the whole prep That's the hard part. This should be the easy part. So I just got
You can do that cardio that one night when you didn't even think you were going to be able to go. You got this.
Got to bring it. Time to go.
We are just going back down now for the evening show. So we've got a red carpet event first, then showtime.
Should I have worn my white dress?
No, I think you can wear whatever.
I think they said then there's like another thing there.
Yeah, you have to wear a
white later. Yeah.
Let me
Do you
take
have
one of
your
those
white
bags.
front though?
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as you have your white dress.
Yes, I have it.
Great. Are you coming with us?
Yes.
Cool.
They're probably going to kick me out and tell me.
You won't come to. You'll just come at the end.
Oh really?
I got to figure out some place to put this. Maybe you can just throw it in your bag when you get close there, and you could take it. Then you have it backstage. Maybe you could just vlog just a little bit if you think about it. Like if you have some downtime.
Yeah. Feel better.
What's that?
You're so good at being a cameraman today.
Well, I'm just trying to think about different shots.
So we have done our theme where I was so bad I did not use my camera to film anything. I'm so bad at trying to record stuff. But it was an absolute blast. I had so much more fun in the theme than I did in the bikini. And I think just going back on stage for the second time, you've got a little bit more confidence and kind of shaken out the cobwebs and you're ready to go. So we're just waiting to go back out for our awards now. So we kind of all come out again, back in our bikinis, and they do all the announcements. So it's going to be exciting. The girls look amazing. The quality of the competitors is just awesome. So it's anyone's show. Yeah, the fitness divas are looking fierce.
I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need ya, but every touch is ooh la la la. It's true la la la. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you know I love it when you call me señorita. I wish it wasn't so damn hard to leave ya, but every touch is ooh la la la. It's true la la la. Ooh, you know I love it when you call me.
How'd it go?
I don't know where I came. I have no idea. It was really fun.
You had fun? Any other thoughts? So do you know were you in the top 10? Were you in the top 5?
I don't know. I wasn't in the top 5, sadly.
But you were in the top 10.
I don't know. How do you know that?
Because I called out the top 10 and you were in there.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
I don't know how these things are determined. Like honestly, did they say that? We can't hear anything when we're on the stage.
Oh, they said we're gonna call out the top 10.
Okay.
And then they were like such and such, Holly Baxter, number 151.
Okay.
So they had you step forward. Everybody else got shuffled off.
I didn't know anyone else even left the stage and how much I was paying attention.
So you got a medal. You did medal.
Yes. Alright, well, top 10 at Worlds isn't too bad. What are my thoughts of that? I'm very happy that I even got to go, to be honest, after all the stress and drama.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what they're looking for. I think, it was a clear standout to me, like Hattie and Steph.
Very lean, very muscular.
And they're very muscular. I think Hattie was actually less conditioned, but that was intentional than last year. They might have said to her to not be quite so hard. Those girls just have an enormous amount of mass. Like I've never really been around them in person, so it was interesting to kind of just look at their body structure, their body dimensions, and how that differs to my own. And they're just pocket rockets. They just have
Yeah, they don't look big in person with their clothes on.
They're small. They're very small. They're a lot smaller than me. I'm actually probably a good, I don't know, 20 centimeters taller than Hattie and probably 30 centimeters taller than
You're not 30 centimeters taller, babe.
Oh,
That's like 10 inches.
Yeah. Steph's really short.
You're a foot. She's 4'8".
No, she's be 5'1".
Okay,
She'd
all
be
right.
5'1".
All right. But
So,
you're significantly taller than
I'm
they are.
significantly taller, so I think like I just look longer. So for
Yes.
me to have the same amount of density, I actually just have to build my muscles. So that sounds like a lot of hard work ahead of me. But you know, it's good. I feel like
Hold up, I thought this was your last show, so you're saying there's going to be more shows?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
By the way, I called this. I knew you were not going to be able to not win and be like, oh yeah, I'm good with
I
retiring.
need to come up with a strategy. So I think when Leighton and I get home, we'll sit down and, you know, map out the next couple of years.
I think we need to talk to
We
the
actually
judges.
do this. We map out years, not just weeks.
Yeah, I think we need to talk to the judges and
just
see what
kinda-
their feedback is. I do really think that you need to take some time off from competing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's constructive to probably compete in 2020.
No. So do I compete in a few more shows at the end of this year? You know, because part of it is also being known.
Yeah.
And I'm brand new. I've literally shown my face once in the last 12 months. So how are the judges to know me or to feel that I'm deserving of a title if I
Yeah, that's...
You know, so it's a respect thing as well. You know, you've got to pay your dues. It's not like that in other sports and other federations. So it might be a good idea for me to keep competing.
Well, I will say that, like, and it's not, we're not saying that the judges didn't place her in the tops because they just didn't know her or that's not it. What we're saying is there's the power of suggestion, and subconsciously, if they know somebody,
familiar with someone.
they're more likely to stand out. So,
And also, I know my flaws, and there are things I can work and improve on. So, you know, that's stuff that I can keep practicing and keep being better at. Like, no one's perfect.
I do think a lot of heavy weighted ab work, I think you need to try to build whatever muscle you can in your abdominals.
Yeah.
Both Steph and Hattie have very different separation in their abdominals.
They do, and I don't naturally have that. So for me to have that same look, I need the density of muscle added to create the illusion that I have deep set abdominals. It's just not my natural structure. So,
Right.
I mean, I've seen a big improvement just this year, making a little bit more of an emphasis on it. I probably didn't do it enough. So, yeah, there's lots of things I know I can improve on. Now I've seen the competitors in life and how they look when they're in competitions, but, you know, I think it might be a good idea for me to maybe hit another show later in the year, to take a bit of a reverse, get back to sanity.
Well, that means you're going to have to really
Keep it tight.
keep it tight.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of questions. Yeah, I just got my lab results back in actually from my final week of.
Your labs ain't looking too good.
No, and we'll do a more detailed discussion about the different hormone panels that we test throughout my research study, and why they're important, why it's significant, why it's a good indication that I probably should take some time off.
Yeah.
So
I think we need to
this
go.
is so cool. Sorry, I just saw a really cool tiki glass.
You don't like TP bars.
No, that's cool. Look at it.
Oh, for the love of...
I can hear music.
Oh my god.
There's like little cafes everywhere.
Oh my
It's
god.
right on the
Here we
beach.
go. It's a cafe. So nice. Live music, all the algorithms.
So today we're actually on the way to the gym. I think it's really important to make sure that, you know, you try to keep some of those good behaviors. A lot of competitors will make the mistake of just going YOLO in those, you know, days after the show.
YOLO, you're only lean once.
Yeah, and it really can set you back a long way. So this is kind of an important period in the post-show setting where your metabolism isn't great, and you know, you can regain body fat very rapidly if you're not careful, because your metabolism is slowed, and we see that in my my resting metabolic rate testing that came down by another 100 calories in the last phase of testing. So Yeah, really important to stay smart. You know, probably just make some sensible choices today.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll keep training this week.
Yeah. There's some really, yeah, that's the thing, is like you don't, nobody has to prod you to go train.
No, I think I'll enjoy it more now because the pressure's off. And now it's like, okay.
Now you can train because you want to, not because you have to.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good research that shows that if you train hard, post-diet actually really
better
helps.
than just calorie restriction.
Yeah, it really helps with preventing body fat regain.
Exactly. So today I'm literally just going to do whatever I feel like. And I haven't been able to do bench press for a little while. It's been in my program. So I'm going to do some chest work today. Starting with some dumbbells, I'm going to do a pyramid. I've done 12, 10. I'm going for my third set with 8 reps. And then we're going to move over to the bench press and I'm going to do some block pressing.
Sorry.
Big bang,